That's cool on the beat.
J sticks on him.
Good day, Nairobi. Good day, East Africa. Welcome to the podcast with no name. My name is Mbanacho, and I'm being joined in studio today with Eddie Ashoya. Good morning. Or is it good evening? How are you?
Good afternoon. Mimi niko blessed in the Lord as usual. And can't complain. Maisha iko sawa.
How was your week? How many women have you dedicated to the Lord?
None. So I'm on a celibacy journey. Yes, this is my third week. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So nataka kuona kama nitafika
1 month.
1 month tafika hii wiki. No, yes, hii wiki. That will be 28 days. But nataka kuona kama I can do up to at least 2 months.
2 months.
You want a difference?
2 months.
Yeah.
I've done 1 year. Before.
I can't make it 1 year.
I made it some time back. It wasn't out of choice. Partly out of choice, partly out of other things, but I made it to 1 year.
That's great. I don't think I can go. No. I know it's discipline and whatnot, lakini mimi sidhani inaweza fika huko. 1 year is too much.
Yeah, I did 1 year. And then I compensated vizuri sana.
Yes.
After that. Yes, so Ndugu today is not in studio. We do not know where he is. He will tell us the next time we get to see him. So today is just going to be the two of us. Yes, what's your song of the week?
My song of the week. I've been listening to songs. Hii wiki manze it's been one hell of a week. It's one of my busiest weeks ever. So I think nitaenda na Chandler Moore. He understands. I really like that guy.
He understands. I think mine is Bruce Africa. My Love. It's his new song. I love the way the guy. I love how he sings. You know.
Yes.
Mtu ametulia, amejipanga vizuri sana. Yes. Shout outs.
Shout out to Beth Ruga, Oyuga Apio, Gary Poet, Shamira Bintwaweru said she's going back to listen to us in the first pages. Ndo asikia tukim shout out. So shout out to you, Shamira. Lydia Anyu, journalist Leander Meshak, Sylvia Ngugi, Daniel Mwago, Onyango Moto, Valerie Okumu, Masi Kioria, Sketa Mushiri, Janet Kei, Susan Gatia, Nyawa Home, Vincent Kathurima, Edith Chebet, Silas Lihemo, na Felix Williams, who has been liking all our posts.
Okay.
And, my phone is blowing up. So shout out to you, Felix Williams, as well. Thank you for being a new fan. Paul Mwangi, Melanie Mali, and Roger That. And Gitau Pia, Njeri Karaoke, na Princess Maggie Koech, who we hope you and Onyango Otieno had a lovely time. Plus Edith Chebet DK. Shout out to Kinoti as well, who I finally got his number. And the person who I got it for is happy. Who knows?
Fantastic. Yeah, just before we get to the show, just remind you people that we are only 2 weeks away from our live event that will be going down at Baraza Media Lab on the 1st of July. That will be on a Saturday afternoon from around 2 to 7 p.m. So if you do not have your ticket yet, you can get your ticket. Single tickets are going for 1,500 for a single ticket, 2,500 bob for couples, 5,000 for group tickets. And yes, basically that's it. So get your ticket and we get to see you there. Meanwhile, we are only by the time you'll be listening to this podcast, Father's Day would have already gone down. I think Sunday, that is the last Sunday, will be Father's Day. And today we want to talk about fathers, our fathers, maybe our own fatherhood journey. I do not know whether people in this podcast have children or not, but we want to talk about fathers, our moments, and what we remember about them. So now that we do not have Ndugu in studio, hopefully he's trying to be a father himself. Want to talk to Eddie Ashioya, the guy with daddy issues. He's always been writing about his father. How are things between you two?
We are fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do you ever send him these articles that you...
No, I don't send. I like to separate my work from my family.
Okay.
I don't even invite my family to my events. Naonanga watu wanataka, my family supports me. No, I don't put any pressure whatsoever, even on the women or woman or people I'm dating, because they don't have to be women.
Yeah.
Stakangi they feel the pressure to be there for me. I want them to know one aspect of my life. So yeah. Plus, normally, watu wanaonanga, maybe I'm writing about my dad. It's not always my dad. It's just that it's easier to say a story, and people will accept it if you put it at a personal perspective. If I write about Benito's father, it will be more of, I'm writing about Benito. There's some distance. But if I write Benito's father as my father,
from the first person point of Nini,
people are able to put themselves in either in my shoes, or they're able to relate to the story more. It's something I discovered, which is so weird. Yeah, nobody likes being written about. They want to see themselves in your story.
In a story. Yeah, that's actually true. But what do you like for you? How is your relationship with your dad?
I said, fine, thank you. You're okay, can't complain. Fatherhood is a good thing for those who are fathers in this age. It's a tough time to be a dad. Me, all the ladies that I'm meeting all have daddy issues, which is very nice. So that's why that's the kind of fatherhood I marvel in. Yeah. And the apple too. My dad, but yeah, there's a lot of fatherlessness in the country.
Yeah. Maybe fathers just not showing up, or my fathers are unknown. There are a lot of fathers issues. Daddy issues going on.
Yes. I don't know if for you in your experience, but as I mean, I think. But I also like women who are from a stable home, because stability is very important. It's like if you're coming from an unstable home, it's very hard for you to be able to adapt out there, because things happen and you are always looking at, this is personal for me, but if you're from I'm not saying all stable homes are like that, but more often than not, stability at home translates even to that person's character and whatnot
and everything.
Yes. So siende kwa relationship kisema sure is my dad nini. No.
He's like a father I never had.
Yes.
I've always found that especially for us, I don't know whether it's a Kenyan thingy, but most people struggle to talk about their fathers, maybe because they never really had a relationship with them. Because for most of us, the way we related with our father ilikuwa ni ile just a figure there, mnamjua tu ndio huyu, but there was never this a one-on-one interaction with him where you get to talk, or you get to do anything. So nakuta most people, once they grow up and then they move out, your relationship, it's not bad, like they don't hate each other, but at the same time it's not really existent. But for me, now that I look back and I think about my relationship with my father, is that we never used to have this one-on-one thing is where we were seated at home, we are talking. When I hear people say, my dad told me, I don't remember those quotes, I don't have those quotes, and yet my father is now telling me, imparting knowledge in me and everything. But one thing I've always appreciated, especially now when I look back, is that he has always showed up like for me. Those moments where you need like your dad to be there, especially in school. I remember every single thing, event that required him to be there.
He was there.
He was there. Every single one. Yeah, he always came, he always nini. I was close to my mom, but my mom only came to school once during prayers day. That's the only time she actually came. And yeah, it was okay that way because like we used to relate with her in matters matters of the stomach, and I make sure niko na pocket money, uko na kanini nini pale nini. But now in terms of academics and someone anakuja pale, maybe there's a parents teachers meeting, whatever is on my PTA and all those amount of things, he always used to show up, and he still shows up to date. He showed up for my other brothers, he showed up for his grandchildren, if they need someone and no one is available, he's always available to do that. And I've come to appreciate that importance of I mostly see it with Americans, like on their pages when they're talking about maybe their kids have a performance in school and then their parent is there, then there's always this video of a kid getting excited when they spot their parent pale on the stands. And yeah, so when I think about my relationship with him, mostly I usually look at it like from that angle. I don't know whether it's the same for you.
For me, I think okay. Mine was different because I grew up. Anyway, I grew up in Nairobi while my father was in traversing the nation.
The nation, yeah.
So it's not like we grew up together per se. Although I had several father figures from my young age, I always knew it was important to have fathers around you. Yeah. So I wouldn't say I lacked that fatherhood aspect because I did grow up and I go home at least twice a year.
Yeah.
Just to make sure shamba yangu ijapeanwa and whatnot. He didn't come mostly to school.
Yeah.
Because one thing is I never really left school as well. At our holidays, I used to prefer to stay in school.
Okay.
And, just because I didn't want to go home. And when I stayed in school, I'd be the king and whatnot. But I did not want him to be stressed about traveling all the way from Kakamega to come and see me in Kerugoya Boys. Yeah. So what I appreciate about dads is, a strong masculine frame anywhere is important. You need someone calm in any situation. It's not always the man. Sometimes the woman is a calm one, but when the man is calm, I think there's that quiet strength that women, children, society can lean on to be able to, to be erratic in, so to speak, in their manner, in their dealings and whatnot.
Yeah.
So for me, I think that's one thing that I appreciate and I learned from him. And I think for any generation whatsoever, when a man or a father is there, you can be able to spot the difference between the way the interactions are done. Sometimes ukiona mzee kwa nyumba, even the things that you talk, they're different because you're trying to, it's more of a foundation. Yes, you can be fun and happy with your dad, but you also need to provide that solid base for you to be able to launch your dreams, or to give you, fun fact, when I was quitting my job, the only job I ever had, I did a small experiment. Before I quit, I told my mother, I told her, Mom, I'm thinking, hii kazi ni bo,
inipeleki the way
nimechoka I was working in campus. So by the time I was done, I started working in 2017. I graduated in 2018. So by the time I was done with campus,
already
I already had 2 years of my experience. So in 2020, which was like 4 years, tulikuwa tunaambiwa do not quit a job kama hujapata at least 3 years. Sema sawa. So in 2019 I told my mom, you know what, ni kazi, I need some time off. I need to go and be a young man. Yeah.
I need to go and rediscover
Yes,
myself.
I was making money, but I never had time to enjoy that money. You know, I was just kwa napata pesa, sasa hiyo naishi kwa bedsitter. So I was saving a lot of money because I was always working. It's an agency, and agencies are very, you know,
busy work environment.
Yeah, it's a very busy, and it's the largest agency in Eastern Africa. So it's even more work.
Yes.
Because hii pesa what I've made, and by the time I realize it, I'll be like 50. I have money, yes, but I no longer have the youth to enjoy. Nataka niende niponde raha. The prodigal son. So I told my mom, mimi ninafikiria to quit about my job. She was like, no, do not. Wewe usi unajua vile kutafuta kazi huku nje
ni ngumu.
Wewe umeona ndugu zako huku. Ama your cousins out there hawana kazi. So this was like 3 months before I left that gig. Kateta nikamwambia okay fine, I'll not quit. So 3 months later, I think just before COVID, in March, February, thereabouts, January actually. Like, you know what, I am done.
Now this is in 2020.
Just before COVID. January 21st, hata siwezi sahau. I sent an email at 2 p.m. and I quit at my friend's place. And we were working. So me, I was in the creative side. He was doing PR. And this is a guy we went to school together in Moi. Like to grow up together. So it was so weird. We also got employment in the same
place.
The same place, but different departments. So I was at his house, tulikuwa tumekula, and I was toying with the idea. Kasema, wewe unaona, should I send this email? Unajua you like resignation emails kitambo. Niambia tuma
pale place ya kusend, unaanza kufikiria
tuma sasa hiyo mmekula mmeshiba. It's very bad to make decisions kama umeshiba. Tumekula tumeshiba, we've had 1 or 2 drinks, so you are not really in control of your faculties. At 2:07 p.m. I clicked send. That was 2:07 p.m. My resignation letter. Dear Mr.
So you have like, how many seconds do you usually have to unsend that thing?
Like 5
seconds.
Kafinya send. Kwana message sent. View and do. Kasema view. Unajua kusema view. Kona hapo dear Mr. It's been first I'd like to give you my thanks and appreciate you for the mentorship you've accorded me for the past 4 years. I started as a young man. Now I'm still a youngish man, and I've learned a lot. But I feel where I am in my life right now, it's time for me to take a step back and just assess my career options. I will stay behind for the next 1 week to give you not 1 week, 1 month to give you enough time so that I can train my replacement and also hand over whichever files that may be needed. Please accept my resignation, and I hope to work with you in future. Yours sincerely,
Sure.
Yep. 3:15. I remember my boss calling me. Can you come?
Was this on a weekend? It was a weekday.
No, it was a weekday.
It's a weekday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a weekday. So we had a hybrid working system. Okay, basically there were times you could work from home. If you worked late or whatnot. So my friend and I were conducting some briefs from the house. 3:15 p.m. My phone rings. I see it's my boss. Shanga,
What's up?
Why are you quitting? No. You're still young. You cannot quit. Think about it, and then let me know on Monday. If it's the money, we'll add you the money. I did other sikuweza kujitetea. Anyway, that's not even the story. The story is when I never told my mom that I'd quit my job. So I left officially in February 28th. But when I finally told her on my birthday in May, I was like, me, I want to quit. No, do not quit.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've already quit.
Yeah.
So we're already here.
Yeah.
So how will you make money? How will you survive?
Mm.
You know, those are, if you start, if you want to, you know, to not to do something, think about all these other
Yes.
things. So when I told her that, but I understand where she was coming from, because in economy ni mbaya na mimi niko hapo
Unaacha kazi.
unemployed.
Yeah.
Unemployed, and I'm paying rent. Yeah, of course nimepatiwa severance. Okay, there's no severance pay when you quit, but at least I have some savings to last me like 2 months. And I had a client that I was doing some work for. Was paying me his money, or their money could at least make my rent. And leave me with 1,000 bob for condoms and whatnot. And that's all I cared about at that age. I wanted to experience life. When I told my mom, she panicked. And no, it's okay, you can come home. I remember there was a time after I quit, like several months later, I had negative 2,000 shillings in my account. Hey, and you're quitting, leaving your job. People paint it as rosy. It's not rosy. Hata uko umejipanga aje,
it's never rosy.
Like, that's when you get sick. When you had health insurance at work, you'd not get sick. You'd be healthy. You never even think about health insurance.
You quit too easy. You start having a headache.
Magonjwa zingine sijui unaumwa na kitovu. Meno ya left inataka kung'oka. You know, like, what is it called? Gallbladder, spleen. They need uko na kidney stones. You're like, these are diseases you never got when
you're employed and you had a health insurance.
You have nothing. It's when you get these weird diseases. Ukipata homa, it puts you down. Unaenda kubaida. You never knew. Kumbe nini's, you know. These fever medicines are that expensive. You're like, unachukua kitambaa unaweka kwa maji baridi and then unajikia vile. I think I saw that in Nigerian movies to reduce your fever. And people can know kama and then the days are long. By the time you get used to it,
unaamka unashangaa. Unafikiria ni 5 kumbe ni 11.
Uko unamkanga mapema, but now
you wake up early.
Now you find yourself usingizi imeisha because now you literally have to feed yourself. You think like, oh my god, you think about it. Where am I getting money for today? You know, now you make decisions. You know, initially you'd make decisions based on I think in 3 weeks time I'll have some money, so you can blow off some money but now you make decisions for every single coin.
Is it necessary? Buying soap
is
surely do I
sabuni ya kuoga ndo sabuni ya kuosha vyombo.
Do I need different soaps for nini?
And I think that time was just about to, you know, leave my current relationship because I'd become, what is it called, you know, ukiwa mwanaume bwege. At that time my chick at that time was making a lot of money and me on this other side poor as hell. I want to follow my dreams. But
hauna kitu.
I always give thanks for that lady because alinivumilia bana. To get a woman who can vumilia in that period.
Did she shoulder any of your financial burdens?
No. What I promised myself is that no one will ever pay my rent in Nairobi. And no one has, not even my mom. That is one promise I made for myself. Nilipotoka campus 2017 nikasema rent yote nalipa. Until I die. No one is paying my rent, not my brothers, not anyone. So she didn't shoulder that. You know, from my savings, I had projected. I was not paying a lot of rent anyway at that time. I was paying what, 8,500. 8,500. Okay, let's put it at 9K plus Tima.
All these two small utility bills.
I was paying 9K, and I had some money, so I could pay like rent for 10 months.
Yeah.
you know. But I also didn't want to stay in that bed. Nilikuwa nataka kujichallenge, which was a terrible mistake. Because now you want to move from a bed sitter without a job
Yes.
to a bigger house. But I didn't move. Nilishindwa kulipa. But that period I learned a lot. And why I say that story, of course, I was saying, you know, women can, you know, they can tell you. Yeah, it's so weird. A chick can tell you, quit your job.
Yeah.
You know, I see we'll be together in this.
Yeah, in
we'll
this.
we'll be together, just you and I.
Tuta listen.
Yes.
This is just
you, boo.
yeah, we are together.
Hey, where's ni wangu? Yeah. It's that story of Jacob and what was his name? Working for 14 years for Rachel.
It was Rachel and Leah.
We're together in this.
Yeah.
Babe, I got you. You quit. And then we will rise together, support you until you get back to your feet. But let me tell you, as a man, utakubali. Because there's also that thing, you know.
There's like an ego thingy.
Yeah, I tell all the women in my life, God gave man work before God gave man woman.
Yes.
So kazi ya mwanaume ni kufanya
Kufanya
kazi.
kazi.
I don't know why men don't want. Staki kazi nini, but that's besides the point. But what I learned, I did that because my dad once told me, and that is the story that inanifanyanga sizi take any, you know, bullshit from anyone at work. There was a time he was working. He was a high achiever. At 21, he was a manager for a big shoe company.
Yeah.
And there was this one time he was working, and then because he was the manager, he left early on Friday. So akaambia wafanyikazi wake, nyinyi fanyeni kazi, mimi tutakutana Monday. That Saturday morning, or rather Friday night evening, the place went on fire. Yeah. And normally on Fridays is when they do the stock taking, how much money they've made before they take the money to the bank on Monday. So they do the accounting and everything, like tumeuza hivi nini na nini, and then the money is kept in a safe inside the warehouse.
Yeah.
So this shoe company, where he was working since he was the MD, he was working in the warehouse, which is also the main branch. So where all the shoes come from before they are sent to other branches in town.
Yeah.
So your place ikachomeka, and then the money also burned. Yeah. Unajua kuwa na mhindi as your boss, you'd be like, what is this? You are
naiba pesa.
Naiba. So that was the issue.
Yeah.
And then this guy was like, these black Africans. So when my dad was called, you know, for a meeting, Kambiwa, you know, they're not accusing you, but they're saying this is so strange. Ati ulitoka mapema,
like they're indirectly accusing you.
Ofisi kachomeka, pesa yote kachomeka. Hapana, we suspect hakuwa na pesa.
Yeah.
Nyinyi watu weusi aliposikia hivyo. So he has a short temper. He beat up those guys. Like, I really respected him for that. He beat them up and never went back to the job. Aliwatandika wote. Like physical.
Yeah.
Physical war. And you know, it was Indians against, and he was a young man.
Yeah.
So, and he never went back to employment. So you can imagine he's 25, 26.
Yeah.
And he asked me at that time, and then my brother later. And from that time on, Ajay kuwa
employed,
and he said he'll never be employed better. So I thought it was the same for me. So even when I told him I've left my job, he was like, is this what you want to do? Akaniambia yes. Akaniambia sawa, you have my support. Hakuna maswali mingi like what made you quit, because he understands, you know. My mom now wants to go into the details. What made you quit? What are you going to do? Nini? No, my dad was just like, are you sure? Have you thought about it?
Yeah.
Umejipanga, you can manage. Akaniambia yes, I've thought about it, and this is my decision. Then he told me that story of how he quit. I was like, yeah. And of course, during that period up to now, you know, things have happened and whatnot. I can't say it's been rosy, but I'm here now, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Like every man needs that come to Jesus moment.
They come to Jesus moment
for themselves. Yeah, and I think that's the abiding lesson that I got from him. That you know, no matter where you are in life, like you have to staki kwenda into those TikTok therapy things, the value and whatnot, but you have to know where you stand and what bullshit you're not willing
to take.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's interesting you say that, because that time I remember when I quit, just like you, I was in an agency, also a copywriter. I'm tired.
And I think people should know that we do not, I did not quit because the job was bad.
Yeah,
because sometimes I've quit my job because my boss was I had one of the best bosses. Like, we are still friends up today, and I quit because mimi niko na ego yangu, my ego is too big.
For me it was a combination of many things. One, it wasn't like my boss, like the guy, the one who was signing my checks or anything. It was just one of the people I was working with. A very I thought they were idiots, but there are some clients that we were dealing with at that time, so I actually remember by the time I had already now served my notice and everything, the company came up with a policy where they were like, you listen, if there are clients you guys think we should drop, you tell us. Kuna tu wale clients usumbua tu ya nadini pale, but pia most importantly nilikuwa nimechoka manze, nilikuwa ukianza ile job nilikuwa na psych. Before then I didn't have an 8 to 5 job. I used to work from home, so I was excited to get into an 8 to 5 thingy, because I felt this other thing is boring, but nimeamka like in the whole day, like nimefanya kazi for like 2 hours, I'm done, I don't have anything else to do, so I really wanted an 8 to 5 job. Nilikuwa I want to wake up in the morning, niende job na nini pale. So when I got an opportunity now to work for an agency, nilikuwa excited sana, and I remember for like a year plus, no one alikuwa naingia hiyo office before me. There's only one other guy who always clock in before me. His name was Eric. So I did that thing I was employed from 2015 or 2016 to 2019. So around 4 years, Up to that time, nishaanza kuchoka, umework late, nini. Psych, I'm not that motivated. Actually, the thing was, I wasn't that motivated. And the thing had now become more of a routine thingy. The bureaucracy pale, who needs to approve this, who needs to do this, who needs to do that, this idea. Like, there's so many things happening at the time. And I just had it. Nikajambia, listen, I think I've had enough, And the problem wasn't even the money, because I was earning a decent amount. So when I quit, I also remember I told my dad about it. Nikamwambia, listen, I'm quitting. Okay. Sawa, uko sure utanini, unajua the concerns nini pale. And then I later told my brother, my elder brother, about it, because for him he has always been like our dad. Yeah, he's the eldest. He has taken us to school nini pale. So I told him, and at the time, what used to happen is that we used to commute together. So we'll drop me at work, because yeye akienda job tulikuwa napita ofisi yetu, ananiacha pale, anaenda, then jioni ananipika. So according to my contract, I had to give a 2 months notice. So 2 months notice. After the first month, it's just after the first month I'm serving the last one, I told him, nikamwambia, listen, I'm quitting this job. And also remember him, there's a time he quit his he quit his job, and he was like jobless for like almost a year, or I don't know, 6 months or something in Nepal. And things started happening for him during that period, so he sort of understood like that needed to transition. Like, he was that guy who bought a car after quitting his job. He was now jobless. Now he bought his first car. So I told myself, I need to do this thing. So I quit. And I remember the first Monday, manze. Sasa ya watu wanaenda job, I was up by 6. Nisoba pale kwa balcony naangalia, so hapo nje people reversing out of their parking lots. Watu na masuti, watu wanatoka wanaenda, najiuliza, wait a minute. Was I really sure this is it, So there was that moment, and then I'm now working on on publishing my second book. So I'm not even sure, is it even worth it for me to invest all my money, my savings, into publishing this book? The returns will so as a lot was going on, I remember my dad used to call me almost every other day, ananipigia tu, mambo unaendeleaje, iko poa, iko fiti, mambo, like there was that level of concern which he didn't want to say that, hey, I'm concerned, by the way, I know you wanted to quit, but things can be different after you quit, but he kept calling and tunaongea nini na nini. Oh, so what are you working on? I'm telling him I'm working on this book, nini pale, and okay, sawa, you all the best, I'm wishing you. At the same time, even my mom and my brothers and everyone else, the male figures in my life, pale. I didn't used to tell my mom sana because she used to, she gets worried sana, sasa mambo mingi nini pale. So for her, I would tell us, niko sawa na nini. But now for my brothers and even now my dad, like wakati mambo ilikuwa inakuwa tricky kidogo, at least I would get to call them, and talk to them and nini pale. So I feel like that assurance that I used to get from him, and I still get from him and every other male figure in my life, has been of great help. When you're taking that leap of faith, you need someone. Sometimes you just need someone who akwambia, listen, this thing it will work out. It will not be rosy. When you suddenly have a move from having a paycheck, it doesn't matter even if it's only 5,000 una earn, but unajua at the end of every month niko na 5k.
Yes.
To suddenly nothing. If you want 5k, you have to figure out how you will make it, and even if you get it, you're not even sure the next one itatoka utaipata lini. So it's a bit challenging, and you might struggle, especially if you're in the creative field. You might struggle kiasi pale, but I've always figured like that presence, it has been of great help. I always want to be like, even myself as a father, unataka ile yenye at least your kid akuwa anajua, listen, you'll always be there for them. Not just in terms of finances, which is still important, but in that aspect of what I need right now is not necessarily money, but I need a father to be there, for this moment you can talk to, and maybe I can get advice from, and all these amount of things. And that's how I always encourage guys. I always tell people, by the way, especially my fellow men, friends and relatives and everything, not kwa ile era yenye we are getting to that point where co-parenting is going to be like the normal thing, like the traditional family, in the sense of father, mother, child or children, kidogo inaenda kunini. I feel like we are going to that era ya co-parenting and blended families. I feel like that's the future of marriage, or relationships as it is. So I've always been of the opinion that as men, we should also try to change our mindset. Tuanze kuona this is going to be the reality, right? You're most likely never going to find a woman who is like in that age bracket of someone you want to marry who doesn't have a kid. Or hata wewe, by the time you get to that point where you want to get married, you will most likely maybe have a kid. So it's going to be about blended families and co-parenting. And so I always tell guys, I feel it will be great if we shift our mindset from male aspect here, rather just be able to separate our relationship issues that we might have with the women we have kids with, and then now the parenting pale, because your relationship with the woman, it is a romantic one, right? But your relationship with your kid, it has nothing to do with the romance. This is a father daughter, father son, or father whatever relationship that you have, and it shouldn't be affected by the nature of your relationship with the woman that you have. Because I feel if we shift our mindset kidogo, we won't have these many problems, baby daddy's issues na baby nini, because now I feel like we have kids who are struggling, who are struggling because either the dad took things personally or the mother took things personally, and now they don't want the father in their life. Maybe it's a struggle, maybe itafanya, maybe all these amount of things. So I think it's for both men and women. Like if we can be able to separate our own feelings and problems from this thing and allow each other to be in our kids' life, if it's the mom to be in the kids' life, if the dad to be in the kids' life, and play their role, if they are willing to do it, because pia wengine wataki, if they're willing to do it, I feel like it will be great. What kind of dad do you think you will be?
A very handsome one. But
at least your kids will be like, Baba, umeona babangu.
Yes. But I agree. I actually written just my Saturday column was about that. We have to rethink fatherhood.
Yeah.
And I was saying it's very interesting you brought it up because it's the same thing I said. It's the same things I wrote.
Yeah.
Co-parenting is the future of fatherhood and motherhood.
Yeah.
Like right now at the moment, I don't see value in marriage for the man or the woman.
Yeah.
Because women now make their own, it's the usual. Especially considering women are getting more jobs than men at the moment, meaning there are more women providers than man providers in the country, except now in top leadership. But in the day-to-day common mwananchi, a woman is more likely to be employed than a man. So having said that, seeing that co-parenting, even right now when I go out to the streets, my first question is like, do you have a child? So that I know how to proceed. Nijue nikikuja nikutembelea na kuja na lollipop mbili until I get what I want, then I disappear. but yeah, co-parenting is a big deal. It is where we are heading as a society. It's not ideal, but
it is what it is.
But it is what's happening. So, and we can't go back to where we were. We can't go back to wishing at least we want the family, the marriage unit to be the nuclear, to be the ideal. In the past it will be how marriage, you get married, then you have babies. Right now you have a baby, then you consider, okay, you're not such a bad mother after all, maybe we can
do this thing.
Because even the Gen Z, the younger generation than us, it's the same thing for them. They're not looking toward long-term relationships. They want to see, maybe I can have a baby with Ashoya or Benito or Mbanacho or all. A baby from each and get child support from each and live my life, and maybe even a guy I've spotted, say a Kamene Gora out there. Okay, not Kamene, not my type, that one. Our Bosha Maxine, mahali uko. And she's making her money, she's clever, she's beautiful. I chapa her kidogo haraka, and then I'm like, I have a baby with Wabosha.
With Wabosha,
that's my bragging rights. You're a
baby daddy.
Because to be called a baby daddy of certain people, because you've seen the case of a certain state house official and a former TV presenter. Just saying that, my baby daddy is part of one of Kenya's most influential families. That opens doors for you. Yeah, even if you say, my dad who. So it's the way we are looking at things right now. Marriages have become relationships have become transactional.
It's the new trend.
It's the new trend. So it's about how you fit yourself into that trend and how. Me myself, I always tell people, every time I watch an interview, I see people saying, we're here to change the world. We want to transform how businesses. There's one word I hate, which whenever I'm approached to do advertising, I really dislike that word. We're here to disrupt.
Yeah.
I hate that word. I really, here now.
You don't like disruption?
I don't like disruptions. You're not authentic.
Okay.
We're looking for an authentic guy who is ready to be a disruptor in his field. I find those words pretentious because at the end of the day, the common man is not thinking about disruption. He's thinking about survival and how to move from day one to day two. So even as you are moving out there, ukianza kusema, a lot of people do life with the ideal in mind rather than face what is the reality. So for me, what kind of father I will be, I don't want to speculate, but I think the most important thing for a father is to just to show up. That's all. Like, it's those things that the kids will
Be
remember.
there.
Just show up. Show up for your child. It's not easy, but speaking as a guy who has fathered a lot of women with daddy issues out here, they just want you to show up and just give them time. You don't have to listen. You don't have to remember. They just want to know you are there. That's the kind of father I aspire
to be. Yeah, I think that thing where like your kid knows, if I need this person, they will be there.
Yes,
you know. I don't need to doubt, hey, ama nimwambie ama nisi, you know. And just be someone that your kids can even talk to. Growing up, like maybe my dad never even used to beat me. Maybe I only remember him doing it once. And at that time nilikuwa like I'd become a nuisance. I'd become a nuisance. Even thinking, when I think about it, I feel like yeah, he deserved it, you know. And it was maybe kwa tu nikiboko tu ile one or two things and then I ran away. And that was it. But my mom used to beat us because tulikuwa pia wakorofi, you know. But saizi, when I think about it, Pia, we didn't used to talk ile sana ati, oh, what's going on if you're troubled. There was never that thing, you know. There was no talking nini pale. But saizi, I get to talk to my kid, you know, and they can talk to you, and you feel like okay, maybe parenting, we don't have to do it the way our parents did it. If you feel like because I always feel people say, sisi tulichapwa and we turned out okay, what if nanini pale, and I think, you know, it's a different generation. Our parents had their own reasons of raising us the way they did, but we are now of a different generation, and we don't have to copy what they're doing, because even our parents, if you see them with the grandchildren, they're not the same. Even if you leave the grandkids for them to bring up, they won't bring up those kids the same way they brought us up. So they've learned with time, you know, they have changed with time. And so we cannot be at wacha tukue like the way our parents used to be, like in the name of tough love and everything. I feel like just guidance, being able to talk to someone and nini, because mistakes, I don't think there's anything you can do as a parent that will insulate your kid from making mistakes.
Yes.
I don't think you can only at least equip them to be able to learn from their mistakes and to have the ability to discern, you know, situations and be good people, right? But I don't think you can do miracles. Mtoto wangu ni perfect na nini pale, because mistakes, everyone makes mistake.
Yes.
You know, even the most brilliant people, even you as a grown up, you still, there are situations zenye later unakaa unajambia maybe I could have handled it better, but yes. But I didn't, you know. Yeah, so in a nutshell, it is that, yeah.
Hayo tu kwa leo.
In a nutshell, do you like your dad?
Yes.
You do.
He's a dope guy. We are tunaheshimiana kivyetu.
If you ended up being exactly like him, you will be happy.
I won't, but no, I won't end up being exactly like him, but we all become our fathers in the end. Of course, there are things I've borrowed from him. There are things I wish I could do like him, but I am my own man as he's his own man. Yes.
I remember there was a time where were we? You were talking of the ignorance of youth. Sometimes it's easy kusema mimi nikikuwa babangu alikuwa anafanya hivi. I will not remember.
Age is a crucial factor when you're dealing with people. You need to understand the stage someone is in life. So
but I remember just before we close, we funga the show, I remember there's a time my what is it called, I was young, but I remember my elder brothers okay, kalisha mzae chini. My dad wanted to marry a second wife, I think. Alikuwa ameanza kupotea njia. And being mama's boys, we are very protective of our mom, by the way. Akamwambia mzee, hii haitawezekana. Itakuwa tricky.
Kwa ngumu.
The guys, itakuwa tricky to see. Love ni baadhi. No, hataki kujua. And so it's not a decision they regret, I know. He ended up not marrying again, the second wife, and I'm sure he is happy he didn't. But now, when my brothers now became their own husbands and nini, and then sasa ndio materialities of marriage zikaanza kuwagonga. By the way,
you see it later.
Because I remember father saying, nyinyi mtakuwa watu wazima, mtaona father, sisi tutakuwa watu upright. Unaoa bibi mmoja, unatulia. They got married. Mzee akawapu ya bibi tukwenda tukuletee.
Si rahisi.
Just to show the apology. So si rahisi, by the way. I think as you grow, you learn as you grow, your experiences shape you. The decisions you make, the decisions you'll be making 5 years from today aren't the decisions you'll make today.
Yes.
If you are to be in the same situation.
Yes.
So anyway, today we just want to talk about fatherhood, about our fathers. I know we've tried, because like I've said, it's not easy to talk about our fathers, So thank you so much for listening. Tell us your experiences with your own father. What do you remember him for? If he's still alive, ama if he's no longer alive, what do you remember him for? If he is alive, what are your favorite moments? Share these things with us. If you are a father, tell us what kind of father you are. If you're planning to be a father, what kind of father do you think you will be? And just share your stories with us. We'd love to on our Spotify page. Thank you so much for listening. But just to remind you again about our upcoming event that will be going down on the 1st of July at Baraza Media Lab. Baraza Media Lab, it's at Keystone Park.
Yes.
On Riverside Drive. So get your ticket, 1,500 for a single ticket. Couples, 2,500 bob. Group of 5, it is 5,000 Kenyan shillings. Eddie, your unpopular opinion?
Unpopular opinion. Saa zingine si wivu au gere, ni uvivu. Wacha usiseme ati mimi watu wananionea wivu ndio maana vitu zangu haziendi. No, that's just laziness. But the real unpopular opinion of the week, this is to ladies. It's something that I've been experiencing sana for the past basically all my life. Unaona vile niko hivi sasa. Niwe handsome na bado nikutongoze. Sasa kuna umuhimu gani basi wa mimi kuwa handsome? So
if you still have to work. Sasa kama ungekuwa handsome.
So I'm handsome already and you still want me to hit on you. So why do I need to be handsome then? So this is just to encourage the chicks out there to shoot their shots. Ndio anasemanga kijana no usiogope, ingia kwenye DM. Tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel. I'm a very approachable guy, and it's not just me, it goes out to all other men out there. Usiogope.
If you see someone and you like them, wewe nini pale. So today, because Ndugu is not here and he's usually the one giving us wisdom, I think I'll tell you wise things today. If you are a father, now that because we've been talking about fatherhood, I think your responsibility is to make sure that your child exists in a safe space. Their needs are well taken care of. It doesn't matter whether you're married to their mom or not. Be there for your kid, at least many, many years later, if they get to have a podcast or whatever will be trending at that time, and they are talking about fathers, they love nice things to say, about you. So just be an amazing father. Do it your own way. Just do amazing. As long as you know you're doing what's best for them, I think you'll be good to go. Until next week, you guys have a fantastic week. We'll talk to you again and get the tickets. We want to see you pale kwa show.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.